I often sit with my cup of chai and I wonder, why does life feel so heavy? And why is this the number one complaint that I hear from people all the time? With all the technological advancement, the idea was that life was going to get easier, or at least that's how I understood it. But it seems to be going the other way. Today, AI is doing our writing. Today, food is getting delivered to us in minutes. Today, we have infinite amount of entertainment in our pockets, and yet stress, anxiety, burnout is on an all-time high. That makes me often wonder. It feels like the more advanced we get, the more stressed we become, the more difficult life gets. As I got thinking about this, and I was reading the Yoga Sutra once again, and I read the 5 Kleshas that were mentioned by Patanjali, who put together the Yoga Sutra. And then it struck me that how these 5 Kleshas are the root cause of all the problem of the modern world too, because that's what Patanjali said. He said the root cause of human suffering is just these 5 things. So today we are going to unfold them and understand how they manifest in the modern world, and not in a preachy way, but in a way that we are really able to understand why are we all suffering. Where is this pain really coming from? So today should feel like a coffee conversation between 2 friends, you and me. And by the end of the conversation, you will be able to take certain steps that you can do in your daily life, certain things that you can do in your daily life, and feel a little more lighter in your being, knowing that the choice is still yours to break free from all of this. So the first klesha, as mentioned by Patanjali, is Avidya, which is our inability to see the reality. And if you think about it, it's exactly what social media is doing. We look at a reel on someone's profile, we look at a reel in the scroll, we look at someone's perfect pictures of the holiday, a perfect relationship online, and we start believing that this is their reality. And we start believing that our life is nowhere close by. I'm barely surviving. And that can put us in the comparison mode. That can lead to our suffering. But here's the truth. You're comparing someone's highlight reel after numerous edits and filters to an unedited version of your life that you're living every single day. And that is not reality. That is avidya at work. And it's not just in social media. It's the way we convince ourselves that we are failing in our life. We have these milestones that are set in our minds. A degree, a certain job in a certain organization, a certain paycheck, a family, children, all of those things. And if any one of these doesn't fit into the timeline, then we convince ourselves that we are failing, that we are not there, that we are not good enough. So what do we do about it? That's the important question. One thing that has really worked with me and worked with several people that I have worked with is to pause in those moments when you go spiraling and asking yourself, is what I am believing or choosing to believe an assumption, or is it really the reality? Is this really what's happening here? And then layer it up with gratitude. Out loud, say to yourself 3 things that you have right now that you're very grateful for. Maybe the space that you have, maybe the support system you have, your family, your friends, or even the cup of warm coffee in your hand. It completely changes the narrative. It enables you to root in the present moment in which you have everything that you really need. And you also begin to honor your own timelines. Tell yourselves that you have all these things because you're deserving of them, and that's not a sign of someone failing, is it? These tiny shifts cut through the fog of avidya, and it enables you to see that you are not failing. Your life is unfolding at its own pace, which is your pace. The second klesha is Asmita, which is attachment to your ego. And in today's world, this is so prevalent. We find this as over-identifying with the labels that we carry today. How many followers do you have on a certain social media platform? What is your job title? What does your personal brand look like? So on and so forth. It's so easy to get caught up in this trap. Think about it. How many times have you told yourself that once I hit this number of followers, I have arrived? Or once I get this job title, means that I have done something in my life. Like all your self worth, all of you is only about the followers or the job title or what you do. The fact of the matter is, all of these followers and titles are moving targets. The moment you hit them, you would want to go to the next and the next. It's a never ending cycle, what we call as a hamster wheel. Because you will hit the goal, you will feel good for about a week, and then the emptiness will creep in again. And that's what ego does. It needs that constant pumping. It's a never ending cycle. Nothing is ever enough. So, how do you soften this? Well, the next time you catch yourself saying, I am my job, or I am my personal brand, or I am my number of followers, stop right there and tell yourself, I have my job, I have my achievements, but I'm more than all of that. It sounds small. It sounds really small. I understand that. But it's a major shift. Because remember, the job titles can change, the algorithms change every now and then. And if you attach your self-worth to this, you will always feel empty. Titles are going to fade away. But you, the deeper you, you're always steady. You're there. You are irrespective of all of this. So ego says you are the labels, and yoga says you're more than your labels. That is the difference. And in a world where everything is a performance, remembering this is the real revolution. It's the real freedom. The third one is raga, or attachment to pleasure. Now don't get me wrong. Pleasure is not bad. You must enjoy life. You must soak in the experience of life. You must enjoy that meal. You must enjoy that meme. All of those things are absolutely fair. The problem is when you get too attached to this rush, those highs, and you can't do without it. Think about it like this. Think about doom scrolling. You tell yourself one more reel, and before you know it, it's 2 a.m. in the morning and your eyes are burning, the sleep is gone, you're fatigued, but you just don't even know where the time went by, and you just kept scrolling. One reel after the other, one video after the other. And that is raga at work. Or food. Not eating because you're hungry or you need nourishment, but because you're stressed. Or chasing followers, or chasing likes, and constantly checking your social media as to, did you get validated by the people? Did that person see it and like it? The pattern is the same. Craving, quick hit, and then emptiness. Again craving, quick hit, emptiness. It just doesn't stay. So how do we loosen raga's grip? Small mindful steps. One way, and one very significant way, is to replace your craving moment with a mindful moment. For example, first thing in the morning, instead of checking your phone, take 3 deep mindful breaths. Just that. And then start your day. Instead of scrolling while you're eating or watching something while you're eating, just pay attention to the taste of the food. Just pay attention to the texture and the joy of eating. The point isn't to cut out on joy. It is to cut out on depending on external things for that joy and not being able to tap in the joy that is inherent to our being. Because the more you taste presence, the less you need constant stimulation. Raga says, chase the next hit. Yoga says, experience what is here now. The fourth klesha is Dvesha, which is avoiding discomfort. And frankly, we all do this all the time. Remember those binge watching Netflix times? You've had a long day, you've had a tiring day, you've had a day that didn't go your way, and instead of sitting with it, what we really do is put on Netflix and just binge watch, or keep scrolling until our eyes are tired and we just go off to bed, numbing ourselves to the experience of what did we move through. Some of the ways in which it manifests is Netflix binging. It's just non-required online shopping, or calling the desert even when you don't want the desert. It's not Netflix or the ice cream or the desert that is the problem. The problem is we wanting to run away from discomfort at all times, not ready to experience the discomfort. Because the fact is, the feelings that we run away from don't go away. They just stay there. And anything in life will stay and will keep coming up unless we have learned our lesson from it. That is the fact and the reality of this life. So what can we do about it? I like to practice what is called as daily doses of discomfort. Doing something that is not naturally something that I like, but really doing it so that you can rewire your mind to be open to experiencing discomfort. Things like taking a 10 seconds cold shower in the morning, or having an honest conversation that you have been avoiding. Because when you do these things, you're training your brain that discomfort is not dangerous and you can survive it. And that's a very powerful space to be in. And the most beautiful part is that when you stop running from discomfort, it stops running your life too. The fear of it goes away. Dvesha says, avoid it. Yoga says, face it gently but bravely. And number 5 is Abhinivesha. That is the fear of loss or death. In ancient times, this was about the fear of death. In today's times, it is the fear of losing relevance, the fear of being left behind, the fear of change. And one of the ways in which it is manifesting today big time is the fear of AI. Aren't we all living in the fear that AI is going to take over our lives, our jobs, and everything around it? And the more we fear, the more we cling to routines that don't serve us anymore. The more we want to hold on tighter to things that are probably not even relevant anymore. Because this fear, this Abhinivesha keeps telling us, stay safe, don't grow, don't change, don't let go. But the thing is, fear is just energy which is facing in the wrong direction. Flip it and it becomes curiosity. Then you want to know more, then you want to go deeper, then you're looking at ways in which you can overcome it. And the more you understand your fear, the less fearful it is, because then it's not the unknown anymore. So instead of fearing AI will replace me, ask yourself, how can I make AI my ally? Instead of saying change is terrifying, what if you said change is an adventure? It's going to reveal something new about myself, about my life. And practically, the only way to overcome Abhinivesha or fear of losing relevance is to keep learning. Don't stop, irrespective of your age. Learn something new every single day. If AI is something that's you're feeling threatened by, learn AI, understand it, get to know it better, so that you know how to use it for your advantage. Abhinivesha says, cling to what you know. Yoga says, flow with what's unfolding for you. So there you have it, the 5 reasons why there is suffering in this world and in your life. Number 1, Avidya, not knowing the reality. Number 2, Asmita, attachment to ego. Number 3, Raga, attachment to pleasure. Number 4, Dvesha, which is aversion to discomfort. And number 5 is Abhinivesha, fear of loss or death. When you hear them like this, they don't feel all mystical, right? They feel like everyday life. Doom scrolling, social media, comparison, burnout, attachment, clinging, fear, all of these things that we face on everyday life. That's the beauty of Yoga Sutra. It is often said that the more chaotic the world gets, the more relevant the Yoga Sutra becomes. And this is what it means. You realize how all of this was there 2000 years back, the same problems are there 2000 years later, and the same will continue for centuries to come. It's not changing. It's going to take different forms. It's going to get amplified, and now it all comes to us through Wi-Fi. We're carrying these things in our pocket. And people 2000 years back gave a solution for this. It starts with awareness and choosing to take steps to overcome this. Because if there's anyone who can do this, it is you. And the most important and beautiful thing is that these are not life sentences, these are just patterns. And patterns can be understood, they can be softened, and you can even overcome them. The choice is entirely yours. You don't need to meditate for hours together or renounce the modern life. You just need to get more aware. Make these shifts and bring in those mindful moments in your life. Mindfulness is the anchor that the modern world needs, that we need, that you need. And it's right here, so make the most of it. If this is something that resonated with you, if these are the kind of conversations that you're looking at, this is what I do on my YouTube channel. Have these conversations with you. So follow, share, subscribe, and let me know that this made a difference to you. If you have any questions, please reach out. I love having these conversations. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for all your love. Until next time, take care of yourselves. This is Shikha Pandey, your mindfulness mindset coach.